Tutu is an album that I did for Miles Davis. The first album that I didn't work just as a bass player with him. I was a producer and I was a composer. It was a pretty unusual sound that we did with Miles. Anyway, it made a lot of noise, it got a lot of attention. And so 2 years ago, we decided to do Tutu Revisited. So I decided to get some young musicians who would play this music live and give it a new sound, and give it a new feeling, hopefully a new vitality. We did a tour. It was only supposed to be a few gigs, but it ended up being like a 2-year tour because people really enjoyed hearing that music again. Now it's time for me to do a new CD, and I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice to use these young musicians that I kind of have developed a rapport with to maybe record some original music. So I went about writing some music for this band, you know, and it's the first time we're playing stuff where the music was created for them, you know. And it's really the first time that I've done it myself. Usually I write the music just kind of thinking about the music and not thinking about the personalities of the people who are going to play the music. So it's really exciting to write that way. It's a whole different way of thinking.
Kev. Hey, Marcus. What's up, folks?
But what I'm really looking for, especially on this record, is the interaction.
How you feeling? All right.
You good?
Yeah, man, I'm all right.
The kind of humanity, you know, that's why I think I'm going to call the record Renaissance, going back to that feeling of musicians interacting with each other and the magic that comes from that.
All right, come on, man, we gotta go.
That's Louis Cato. He has like an ESP thing, so he knows what you're gonna play before you play it. So sometimes I purposely don't play what I'm supposed to play just to throw him off. But it's hard, because sometimes he knows when I'm getting ready to throw him off because my eyebrow goes up like that. Hey, this is Federico.
Hey.
Federico is from originally from Uruguay, and then grew up in Argentina, and then as a teenager moved to Washington, D.C. So he's got like all these cultures coming together at the same time. It means he plays whatever you want him to play. Okay, and then we're going over to the sax booth. This guy's amazing talent. We're gonna get him recording soon. Because he's just blowing people's minds, man. He's got the whole package. You got the tone, the technique, the passion. You know, usually somebody's missing something, but he's not missing anything. So we're really excited, man. Alex Hahn. I call him Han Solo. Sean is a bad trumpet player. He was playing with Wynton Marsalis for a few years. I brought him in the band because he's bad, which is the reason I bring all these guys in the band. They're just really talented, and they have a broad range because I go through a lot of different styles.
It's a little bit like surfing, being in this band. You don't have a lot of time to get stuff together here, you know, so you basically have to, you know, because he believes in keeping things fresh.
If a rehearsal starts sounding too good, I'll stop it because I'd rather discover that it's good on the stage, you know, in front of people, you know, absolutely. But it's like, for the musicians, it's like, dude, can I have one day of practice? And then we groove, right? For 8 bars, right? And then play the melody number 2 now. There's a few types of music that I love, that I grew up with, that I speak as a primary language: funk and what people call jazz. You know.
Written here.
No, do the other one. You know what I mean?
So with these notes, other one over
here. The
here.
bottom one with the higher note. What I like to do is I like to take my favorite elements from those particular types of music and combine them. You know, I love the rhythm of funk and R&B. I love what that rhythm does to people. It's like a community unifier, those rhythms.
Right, see? That's a bulldog's face right there. That's that many wrinkles. I just want a creased brow.
All I'm trying to do is just be honest. I'm just trying to make music that I would want to hear. And each musician kind of represents a different part of that mix. The horns represent the 50s, along with the piano. The drums and bass is a nouveau soul thing, and then the guitar player, his job is to carry the Hendrix part of it.
Now, hey. Let me go.
It's really interesting because it doesn't sound as separate as you might think. You know, it all kind of seems to work together. And that's the thing for me is You know, I really work hard to make the different elements, the different influences mesh together so that it becomes something new that always seems like it's been there. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I think that's what you'll hear when you hear the song. Playing with my musical heroes, listening to their records as a teenager, then all of a sudden, one day you're sitting there across from George Benson, and you're sitting there across from Miles Davis. It's like, whoa, wasn't I just in my bedroom as a 14-year-old listening to these guys, and all of a sudden you're playing with them.
That's slipping into darkness.
And then the next level of deepness is when you got a young guy in your band and he's staring at you and you recognize the stare because it was the same stare that you were giving to somebody 20 years ago. You know, where this cat's enjoying being in your presence and the guy's hoping to learn from you. I'm just excited, man, and I keep forgetting that it's my responsibility to help these guys, you know, to nurture them. The thing that you hope is that your spirit comes through your music and that resonates with people who are listening to the music. Especially when you're doing a lot of improvisation in your music, man. You know, you don't even know what you're gonna play. So you're just counting on your spirit, man. You're counting on your ability to feel the audience, to feel your band members, man, and to feel the whole environment and make it come through your instrument, you know? You're counting on the fact that you can translate all this information into something that makes people feel good.